Wait, we're doing the video now.
It's our fantastic song. Damn. The coolest thing ever, dude.
How many cops have you bought today? Disney, what do you say? How many cops have you bought today? Disney, what do you say? How many cops have you bought today? Disney, what do you say? How many cops have you bought today? Disney, what do you say? How many cops have you bought today? Disney, what do you say? How many cops have you bought today? Disney, what do you say? How many cops have you bought today? Disney, what do you say? How many cops have you bought today? Disney, what do you say? How many cops have you bought today? Disney, what do you say? How many cops?
I'm out here because the police should never be allowed to execute you.
My white brother, a father of two, he was shot and killed by the Anaheim Police Department. He was shot 23 times. He was killed at age 23.
And he was an innocent person. He was a married man with 4 children. He was not involved in a crime. He did not have a weapon. He did not reach for a police officer's gun.
Off our streets!
Say it again.
Oh, this is Mickey Mouse. This is the face of people. This is the face of all around us. This is the face of everybody and every narcissistic piece of shit I see out there today. But you know what I say to that? No fucking more. Why do I say that? Because we are fucking free people.
He was in the wrong place at the wrong time, but they didn't care.
They lied right away too, Gene.
And they lied. They lied that night and the next day on TV. I guess I'm not used to talking. My throat's telling me to shut up.
Oh, that I'm laying down in front of the car too.
My brother Justin Hurdle was murdered over 10 years ago, November 14th, 2003. I noticed a few minutes ago when we marched up here that they started closing the gates and knocking us out, right? Because we're criminals or we're thugs or who knows what we are, but we're not the families that they want around here. But then as soon as the masks were put away and me and my children walked straight over the gate, they opened the gates and welcomed us in. Come on in! Because I fit the bill, I fit the description of what they want around. They let us in. If you didn't notice, we were on the other side of the gate for a few minutes, and then we pulled our masks out and started cheering with you guys from their backs. And then they turned around like, what is she doing here? So, but we're always...
This issue is far bigger than just police terror and executions. This issue is also a matter of what priorities we have in society. You should have a right to a trial. This is something that everyone should have a right to. And I think that's a very important point that we need to make here today, that even if someone's committed a crime, even if they're the most hardened gang member, and they want to use that to demonize people, even if that's the case, they do not deserve to be shot down in the streets. And that's a fact.
We're the ones who are gonna fucking fight it. We're the ones who are gonna fucking bring back this fucking world to what it truly fucking is. This world is a fucking free world. Not a world about greed, not a world about fucking chains. We are free fucking people.
Can you talk louder?
There it is. They lied.
Can you turn it up a little bit? Here's the water right here. Take your time.
But we're always profiled. We're always being looked at as a certain type of people. Right now, all these families are coming in Disneyland. They're looking at us like criminals. What are these people talking about? You know, it's never going to happen to them, of course, because only we are going to be killed by police. Only this type of crowd gets killed by police because they're law-abiding citizens.
Off our streets! Off our streets! Off our streets!
Right now, we prioritize the military. We prioritize defense contractors. We prioritize getting drones for LAPD.
I'm gonna let them tell me what to do? Absolutely fucking not. Why am I gonna say that? Because I'm a fucking free man and I stand here today, and so is she. And so
Because I am! Which is why I'm here! Fighting for injustice! Because I was going to become, I actually became Anaheim Police Department! And I said, no, I want
just these fucking people around us. We're fed up by these people around us walking by us.
I didn't even fucking recognize you.
They said he was involved in a robbery. That was a lie. They knew it was a lie.
You know, I had never heard of anybody being killed by the police around me, of course, except for criminals, right? He was shot in Yorba Linda. Nothing ever happens in Yorba Linda.
Prioritize the police and their weapons, their military-grade weapons.
These people around us walking by us, I'm not going to do anything about it. We're going to have to fucking put in some eyes and do something about it. Right? Because we are the chosen people. We are the chosen ones. We are the ones who are going to march and fucking challenge. We are free. We are free. We are free.
They searched for hours looking for a weapon. Didn't find one. They held his wife. They held his wife illegally. Would not let her go to the hospital. Held her. Would not let her go to the hospital with her husband. We had to leave the hospital and go to the parking lot of a service station or gas station and tell her that my son, her husband, had been murdered by the cops.
You said that he got shot in the chest, right?
The hospital told us he was shot 5 times. The coroner's report says he was shot 3 times. I don't know.
Let's go back!
We do not prioritize jobs. We don't prioritize housing, education, or health care.
Let's fight it. Nothing ever happened. The police, not only did they get promoted from, at the time, detective to sergeant, but now Lieutenant Hill is what I hear patrolling on the police force right now. I hear that he's actually on patrol sometimes. I was like, why in the hell would he be on patrol? But so we'll look out. There's a killer cop, Lieutenant Hill. He's been promoted twice already.
What city?
Anaheim PD, right here in Anaheim. Beautiful city of Anaheim.
Killer cops off our streets! Killer cops off our streets! Racist cops!
That's what you're fighting for. We want to take all the money from the cops and use that for things that we actually need. What we need are jobs, housing, and health care. We do not need police terror, police executions. We do not need hundreds of cops patrolling the streets so that every time you look around, every other minute, another patrol car is passed by you.
We are killer cops! Jail 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 rapist cops! Jail racist cops! Police! No killer! Police! No justice! Police! No killer! Police! No justice! Police! No killer! Police! No justice! Police! No killer! Police! No peace!
No quickly.
Police!
No justice.
No peace!
No justice.
No peace!
What do we want?
Justice!
And when do we want it?
Now!
And what do we want?
Justice!
And when do we want it?
Now!
And what do we want?
Justice!
And when do we want it?
Now!
Times. I don't know. They also would not let my daughter-in-law leave the scene. They told me and my husband for us to go home and tell our grandchildren that their father was dead. That they had to take the mother in for questioning. She wasn't involved in anything, but they had to take her in. And legal search and seizure. Then, when we refused to do that, then they told us, well, go home and get those kids and bring them to the police station. What? She can tell them there. I said, I'm not doing it. My son was not a criminal, and I'm not doing it. And finally, because we insisted, we finally got her home so that she could be with the children and tell them the heartbreaking news that their dad was no longer with them. We didn't know this was happening.
Hey, David, let me take a shot of that. Let's go. Let's go head top. Pass around the legs and make that.
Anyways, after all that happened, I've seen how this has torn families up. I've seen how it tore my family apart. I feel for his children who will never know their father. I praise their mother who raised them without him. I praise all the mothers that are doing this and fighting alone without their husband. I think for the support of my husband to get me through when I lost my brother, it was just the end of my world. I know the mothers, I've seen what they go through, and I'll never feel that pain of losing a child I have. But I've seen what it did firsthand to my mom. She's not the same, and she never will be. It just kills families. And these are families, it doesn't matter what race or what class, these are just families. They're just going through life, living their lives, doing normal, good, living, respectable things. And they're getting torn up and shot down. And then all of a sudden they're criminalized for their actions that they didn't even commit. My brother wasn't committing a crime. Or brother wasn't committing a crime.
That is ridiculous. And it's the exact same priorities that guide our role around the world. This is how we get Predator drones instead of more schools. This is how we have funding for apartheid and state violence in Israel that we see right now happening on the TV. That funding is going there, $3 billion a year. That could be used here for us, for the things that we need. And the truth is, all the
We didn't know this was happening. But after our son was murdered, we started hooking up with other families. We started protesting. We started marching. We started sending out things on Facebook and sharing and connecting with people across the United States. And people, this is happening. People, this is happening. You need to be afraid. So mainstream media does not share this. They do not share it. And you need to share it with your neighbors and your friends and your family. And you need to make signs and you need to make flyers. It doesn't make any difference if you didn't personally have somebody that died. You need to get the message out there.
And the truth is, our detractors are going to tell us, well, you can't cut money from the cops. If you take money from the cops, we'll have less police. Well, that's good. We want less police. We don't need them. We can police ourselves. That's what we're here for. We want to police ourselves. We want to take control of our own communities. We want to get rid of the terrorist police on the streets, and we want to use that money for our needs, because that's how you get rid of crime. That's how you get rid of oppression. That's how you get rid of suffering. It's for people to have jobs and housing and education and the basic necessities. Thank you.
Crime. Her brother wasn't committing a crime. Her son wasn't committing a crime. These are just people living lives, and they're getting shot down and criminalized. And my white brother, a father of two, he was shot and killed by the Anaheim Police Department. He was shot 23 times. He was killed at age 23.
How many cops have you bought today? 50, what do you say? How many cops have you bought today?